What's up, y'all? Erroneous here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, I will be having a two-part video. So firstly, it's going to be my Void Shard pulls that I did yesterday offline, and that was to pull for Taras. So I'm going to put that ahead of today's video, which is going to be pulling for the Summon Rush for ISHIYAMA. So this is a video for ISHIYAMA Fusion, the Fragment Fusion that is, and I'm hoping to get something good. I'm really hoping to get something good. Let's get into this. I have 1.07 million silver. Should be enough. I think I have enough space too. Ancient shards, to note that they are double. They're 40 points each rather than 20 points each per usual. And I'm going to be going for Freya on this one. And then my second champion is going to be this dude right here, which is, I don't remember his name, Quargon the Crown, good for Curse City. He's very, very strong for S19 specifically in Curse City. So I would love to get him to +1, +2, +3, so on and so forth. So I have 9 Sacreds, I have 63 Ancients, I have 9 Primals. I'm probably just going to dip into all Sacreds just to complete the Summon Rush here. So for the Summon Rush, it's 3,200 points to maximize and get 15 of the fragments. Could you skip out on 10 of these fragments? Absolutely. So you could just go ahead and pull 4 Sacreds, go for 5 fragments if you don't want additional fragments. But for me, I'm trying to go for some additional fragments so I can chuck some fragments into the High Mother Mod chests and then hope to get more fragments for High Mother Mod. So I'm going to go all the way to the ISHIYAMA 10 fragments here, and then pretty much call it a day. I might even consider just getting the Immortal Soulstone as well, since it's only an additional 300 points from the 3,200, so that's not bad. So I'll go to 3,000, then consider just popping another Sacred versus pulling Ancients. I am going for this ISHIYAMA Fusion. I don't recommend pulling your Voids right now, but I'm doing it in hopes that I can get a Taras because he's insane, and I would like to get a brand new nuker on the account that's HP based, instead of utilizing Samson the Masher all the time. And ISHIYAMA is not going to be too much better than Samson. He's actually, I think, worse than Samson, but that's just my personal opinion. So let's do this. Let's pull one by one. I think I'm just going to pull all one by one. So after pulling all of these, so I'm at 180 pulls so far, plus the 12 is going to bring me to 192 if I do not get a legendary. So here we go. Another rare. Drown Bloat Wraith. And all of these will be food for the next champ training event. So let's actually just do a 10 pull. Might as well. Let's do it. Let's just rip the band-aid off here. Can we get ourselves the legendary, please? Light Ward Siandra. I don't think I have this chick. Okay, that looks new. Another epic. Genbo, another epic. Lua. So we're now at 192 Void Shards pulled. Still no legendary. Kind of crazy to me, but I guess it is what it is. So attacks one enemy, 25% chance of stealing a random buff from the target if this attack is critical, 100% chance of stealing one random buff from the target instead. Okay. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 75% chance of stealing 15% of the target's turn meter. If a hit is critical, has a 75% chance of stealing 30% of the target's turn meter instead. Okay. That's not bad. So up to 60% of the target's turn meter, if I'm reading this correctly, or is it 15 and 30%? I'm reading it like it's stealing up to 60% if you build her with 100% crit rate. That's pretty cool. Good for Fire Knight, of course, because it's one enemy kind of sucks on the A1, but this one here is good for Fire Knight. And then this one attacks all enemies before attacking, places increased accuracy and increased crit rate buff on this champion for 2 turns. Increases the duration of all buffs on this champion by 1 turn if this attack is critical. So it's essentially placing it for 3 turns. If you put her in the mastery to increase the buffs by 1 turn, it could end up being like a 4 turn almost. That's kind of crazy, but it's going to go down to 3 turn after she takes a turn anyways. But pretty nice ability on a 3 turn cooldown. I wish it was grants an extra turn, but it is what it is. And then for the passive, increase this champ's attack by 2% for each buff they receive, stacks up to 30%. And since she's placing buffs on herself, she's going to get an okay amount of attack over time. Increase crit rate in all battles by 15%. She's a decent champ. I don't know how hard she hits. I've never personally built her. I think this is the first time I pulled her. Genbo I do have. He's still old but gold. He does the AoE and kills people through unkillable. And then Lua, she hits hard but not insane. So yeah, I guess it is what it is. If you guys are pulling for Void Legendary on this event, then drop down below a comment and say, hey, what did you pull? I would love to know about it. Hopefully you pulled something better than me. All right, y'all, we're back after pulling the Voids. Didn't end up getting anything. Sucks I didn't get Taras, but I'm now sitting at 192 Voids pulled, which is not bad. So now we're going to go for the Sacred Shards here and hope to get ourselves a Freya. That would be really awesome. Now, last week, about a week ago, they did a 1+1 on Ancient Shards, but it's gonna probably be a 1+1 on Sacreds. So for me, I was hoping there was a 1+1 on Sacreds this week on Tuesday, but they didn't do it because I'm sitting at 12 Sacreds pulled, which means I'm into my Mercy. And yeah, every single Sacred at this point that I pull is gonna go up and increase. So right now, I forget how much it is, 2% per Sacred pulled. So I could pull 6 and not get a legendary, and if I don't, then maybe they do a 1+1 for Sacred Shards this upcoming week on Tuesday. If that's the case, awesome, and maybe I get a double Lego instead of a single one today, because there's no 2x chances. So let's do this. I hope I actually don't get a Lego, to be honest, and I get it on the first pull. It's a duplicate Stultus. Okay. You know what? That's okay, because at the end of the day, it was on the first pull, and now I can go towards Pity again, and we'll start from 0. We got ourselves a duplicate Stultus that I can now utilize as a damage dealer. So I'll have 2 Stultus on the account. That helps my Bannerlord faction as well. I don't know how many I have in Bannerlords. I have 2. This will now be 6, so that's good. 30 accuracy, 30 res. We'll take that. And cool. That's a good pull. That's actually a good pull. And now we're 20x chance to get Freya. So let's keep going. It'd be crazy if I got another Lego though. So there's one Maeve. She's kind of trash, I'll be honest. She partners with her, I forget who she partners with actually, now that I think about it. This guy's great for Rockbreaker for Cursed City. All right, this will be number 4. That is Gizcard, also good for Cursed City. This is number 5. Another epic. We've got Defiled Sinner. Okay. Let's just take a look where we're at so far. So far, we're sitting at 2,500. Good. We're on the mark here. Doing fine. And then if I just pull this one and then go for mysteries, I can save. So this is now 5 Sacreds pulled, which is honestly fine, because now if they do have a 1+1 on Sacreds for this upcoming week, maybe I'll get myself a Lego. Now I could make it easy on myself, go to this one, and if I pull 10, that's going to be 10 Ancients will be 400 points. I'm at 158 Ancients pulled since my last Legendary. So 158, that's not too bad. I think I might do 10 pull here since it's going to be 400 points. So we'll do a 10 pull of Ancients and then go from there. And then I'll go to 168 Ancients pulled. Okay. Epic at the end. Juliana, okay, that's going to be a +3 on Juliana. A +2 on the Infernal Baroness. We'll take that. So now that brings me, I should be at 3,400. Yep, 3,400. And now I just need 100 more. So if I just do 2 pulls of Ancients, which I have plenty of space. Actually, I could just do 3 Ancients and call it an even 50. So let's do 3 Ancient pulls here. So 168, 171 is what I'll be at with 3 Ancients pulled. Okay. Here we go. One more. And there you have it. So, 1 Lego on this one. We got ourselves a Stultus duplicate. We'll take it. Helps me out a lot. We went all the way to the Immortal Soulstone. We got a 6-star Haste Glyph, which is nice. I'm actually going to chuck that into my Arbiter right now and see if we get lucky. So I used a 5-star haste glyph today on this piece, or no, 6-star on this piece, and I got a 6. So now my arbiter's at 396. Let's see if we have another piece that I can go even faster. So this is a 5. This is probably going to be the one I throw it into. Yes, that's going to be the one I throw this one into. Let's hope this one goes to 8. Oh, of course it's a 5. Damn, that's so annoying. All right, it is what it is. 396 speed on the arbiter now. Upgrade from 394. So basically glyphs are what's going to give me the upgrades at this point. And then focusing on the ISHIYAMA fusion here, I'm doing well. I'm actually doing just fine. Got Classic Arena that just started as well. This one should be easy for most players. I haven't actually started farming for that yet today. Ice Golem, I'm just about done. We have a day and 17 hours left. That should be fairly easy for most players. Sand Devil Tournament, if you decided to go all out in Sand Devil Tournament, then more than likely you're either not going for the fusion, or you just have a crazy amount of resources stockpiled, or you even won CVC and you got over 2,000 energy for it. For tournaments, yeah, so that's the tournaments. And then for events, Summon Rush we just did. Gear Enhancement, I blew it out of the water already. It's at 8,900. I'm actually overshooting that by a lot. Dungeon Divers, I absolutely hate and despise. But it looks like there's going to be a Void Shard on this Dungeon Divers. It's probably going to be at the end. So most people won't even be able to get this, because they probably use all the resources for the first Dungeon Divers if you're going for this fusion, like I did. Because in the first Dungeon Divers, you got an Immortal Soulstone. So I did max out the first Dungeon Divers. I utilized some gems, and I got it done. So there you have it. We're doing pretty good. Right now, I'm sitting at 40 fragments for ISHIYAMA Fusion. You guys should be around 40 to 50 fragments at this point if you've completed the Classic Arena as well as the Ice Golem, which I haven't beaten yet today, which I will do that. I'm sitting at 88 fragments for Lamasu, 67 fragments for Embreeze, and 50 fragments for Sersha. And you have, oh, Yuzan, can I, there hasn't been an update yet, so I can't transition these fragments into a chest, unfortunately. And then I'm going to be saving, oh, nice, I can exchange this one, though. The champion fragments are currently locked. Unlock them to exchange, okay. And then this guy I'll unlock as well. We'll exchange these. And we'll exchange all of these as well. The Esme one, because I didn't go for that. Fragment Fusion. Was this a Fragment Fusion? Yeah, I believe it was. I think this was a Fragment Fusion. Yeah, it definitely was. I don't even recall. So let's go ahead and pull these. 3 mod fragments. We'll take it. All right, so we're now at 76 mod fragments. I feel like this just takes so freaking long. So long to get mod. But it is what it is. She's been there for like 2 years. It's insane. All right, y'all. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck on your pulls if you are pulling for Freya or duplicates of other champions. Say hello!
Hello.
Hola! Say my name's Ayla.
Ayla.
Yes, and I'm a new Raid Shadow Legends fanatic.
What's up?
Say what's up.
Boop, boop.
Boop boop. Take care, y'all.